What's up, Sip Sip? So, a teacher in Spokane, Washington got fired for using the N-word. Yeah, he used the N-word. But it's not what you think. It wasn't towards a student. It wasn't in casual conversation. They were reading a book, To Kill a Mockingbird. And one of the students, two students were talking, and they were talking about when the teacher gets to the word, she just skip over the word. But this goes back to a deeper point, is that Trump and all of his Trump supporters and Trump people, the MAGA nuts, they're trying to erase history. So there are certain things in American history that we all know about, slavery and all the mistreatment of people of African American descent and color, Asians, Jews, all of that stuff. We're aware of that. But this stuff is in the history books, and they fired this man for using the word. And they said that it was not, I'll read what the statement said from the school. The school's response was, the schools chose not to renew his contract. It's based solely on, they wouldn't say what it was based on, but they said that the word would be a threatening. The school board determined that it was inappropriate and can be hostile learning environment. Well, if it can be a hostile learning environment, why did y'all choose the book? And like the teacher said he wanted to use, or he read the word and he read the passage, and to keep it in context. It's not the word that does the damage, it's its use. If you're using the word to be harmful, then it can be harmful. But it's in context. The author wrote it when they wrote it, but see, this is a part of their wanting to erase the history, just like the Star Spangled Banner. They want us to sing it and put our hands, but go look up the third, what do they call it? The third stanza of that song, and you'll be amazed. But they want to erase history. They don't want us to use stuff that was used as a derogatory term towards us. You understand? It's in the book. The man was reading the context. He was reading the book, and he was reading the passage in context. He was trying to teach kids that it's not the word. You're taking the word out of context, but this is this is a space for learning. So I'll read you what the teacher said. The teacher said that Spokane, Washington, a teacher named Matthew was fired for reading the passage To Kill a Mockingbird and included a racial slur. It was an impromptu discussion while the novel is a part of the curriculum. So the school board chose the curriculum. The discussion was a student about the offensive word and the literature and whether they should be skipped. He argued that respectful intent and historical content, one should not censor or omit words. So we can get the full context and the intent of the author at the time that the book was written. So we shouldn't have to soften it up now because America wants to be clean and not be offensive. Y'all have been goddamn offensive to people of color. So why now all of a sudden you want to, it's a hostile work environment. You ain't give a damn about being hostile when you was beating people upside the head for wanting to vote or wanting to sit at the counter. So why all of a sudden now we just get amnesia? Yeah, shit has always been hostile for black people. So if you didn't want the book, my question is, if you didn't want us to use the book and use the words, the literary terms in the book, then why choose the book for the curriculum? But no, we just that's one of those. This is a case of we don't want to take accountability. So this is a classic case of a scapegoat. So we're going to make the teacher the scapegoat for this piece of literature and this curriculum that's being taught in the school. So we're just gonna skip over the word. What did they put in there? My friend, go over there and get that bucket, friend. Hey, I need all of you friends to go pick that cot. Come on, man. That shit don't even sound right. It's not right. And you understand? Thumbs up to the teacher for keeping it 100 and trying to teach kids. And then I know somebody's gonna say, well, black people use the word all the time. Yeah, we do use the word all the time. I try not to use it, but you know, I know it's prevalent in rap, but now the kids have taken the word that had a sting and used it as a term of endearment. So it is what it is. But America wants to erase their history, and we see this every day. We see it happening over and over and over again. But hey, who am I? I'm just a goofy dude with glasses. Hit like, comment, and subscribe, and share the video. So I'll put the article in the details. So if you want to read the article that I found about it. So y'all have a good day. Sip, sip.